Every successful person follows a pattern. They prioritize growth, take disciplined action, and stay committed even when challenges arise. On the other hand, those who struggle often fall into habits of procrastination, self-doubt, or inconsistency. The difference isn't intelligence or talent. It's the small daily choices that compound over time. If you want to attract success, start by shifting your mindset. Focus on productive habits. Surround yourself with positive influences and take intentional steps forward every day. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. When your habits align with your vision, success will follow naturally. These rules will make you become the person who attracts success. 1, who you become shapes your destiny. Every single day you are shaping the person you are becoming. Your habits, your choices, your thoughts, they are the paintbrushes, and your life is the canvas. The question is, are you creating a masterpiece, or are you letting life paint a picture you don't recognize? Success is not simply a collection of external achievements. It is a direct reflection of who you are at your core. The way you think, the way you act, the way you carry yourself. All of these determine what you attract in life. The world responds to energy, and if you want to attract greatness, you must cultivate greatness within yourself. It begins with your mindset, your discipline, and your actions. Every decision you make, no matter how small, contributes to the foundation of your future self. Think about the people who naturally command respect. Have you ever met someone who exudes confidence, determination, and purpose? They do not need to speak loudly or seek attention. Their mere presence is enough to influence those around them. This is not a product of luck or chance. It is the result of years of internal work, the conscious decision to pursue growth, to refuse mediocrity, and to build an identity rooted in strength and ambition. They have crafted themselves into individuals worthy of success, and in turn, success gravitates toward them. Edwin C. Barnes had a burning desire to work with the great inventor Thomas Edison. He was not wealthy, had no influential connections, and lacked experience. But he saw himself as a partner to Edison long before the world saw it. Unlike most people who wait for the perfect opportunity, Barnes created his opportunity by taking action. He didn't have enough money to travel to Edison's office in New Jersey, so he hopped on a freight train and arrived with nothing but belief in himself. When he met Edison, he boldly stated his intention, not to be an employee, but to be a business partner. At that moment, Barnes was not yet Edison's partner, but he thought, spoke, and acted like one. Edison saw his determination and gave him a small, insignificant job. Many would have quit, but Barnes continued to work, proving his value day after day. Finally, when Edison needed someone to sell his newly invented Edison dictating machine, Barnes seized the moment. With unshakable confidence and belief in his ability, he became the exclusive distributor of the machine. That single opportunity made him a wealthy man and Edison's trusted business partner, just as he had envisioned from the start. Henry Ford. Before becoming one of the most successful industrialists of his time, Ford faced multiple failures. He built 2 automobile companies that collapsed before he finally founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903. At a time when cars were considered luxury items, Ford envisioned an automobile that could be affordable for the masses. His unwavering belief in mass production, efficiency, and innovation allowed him to revolutionize the automobile industry. Even during the Great Depression of the 1930s, Ford's principles of determination, innovation, and resilience kept him at the forefront. His mindset was simple. A man's success is determined by his belief in himself, not his failures. So ask yourself, who do you need to become to achieve the success you desire? The answer is not found in pretending to be someone you are not. Instead, it lies in aligning your identity with your vision. If you aspire to be wealthy, you must adopt the mindset of someone who builds wealth. If you wish to be influential, you must learn to communicate and behave like a leader. Success is not a distant dream. It is a natural consequence of becoming the person who is capable of attaining it. There is a reason why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly, while others struggle endlessly. It all boils down to identity. Your identity dictates your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your actions. When you shift your identity to match the life you want, you begin to operate from a place of certainty rather than hope. You move with purpose, and the world takes notice. Too often people chase success, only to find themselves exhausted and unfulfilled. That is because success is not something you pursue, it is something you attract. The moment you become the type of person who embodies success, it will follow you as a natural byproduct of who you are. It is not about chasing wealth, power, or recognition. It is about becoming the kind of person who deserves those things. Your life is your masterpiece, and every day you hold the brush. Will you create something extraordinary, or will you let life dictate your story? The choice is yours. Start shaping your identity today, and success will follow in ways you never imagined. 2. Setting goals with purpose and precision is success is not an accident. It is intentional. It is planned. It is built, brick by brick, through clear goals and purposeful action. It is the result of deliberate effort, not wishful thinking. Most people live life reacting to circumstances rather than designing their future. They drift, hoping success will find them. But here's the truth. If you don't define what you want, the world will define it for you. And often, it won't be in your favor. Life does not hand out success at random. It rewards those who take charge of their destiny. Every successful person sets clear, intentional goals, but not just any goals. Specific, actionable, and deeply meaningful ones. When your goals align with your values and your purpose, they become a force that pulls you forward even on days when motivation is low. Your goals should not be vague wishes. They should be precise targets that guide your actions every single day. Let's break it down. Vague goals don't work. Saying, I want to be successful, means nothing. What does success look like for you? Define it. Is it financial freedom? Is it mastering a skill? Is it leading a movement? Clarity gives power. The more precise you are, the more focused your actions will be. And here's a key element. Reverse engineer your success. If your goal is to build a business, break it down. What do you need to accomplish in 1 year, in 6 months, in the next 30 days? Make your goals measurable, trackable, and time-bound. Success loves structure. Without clear milestones, even the best intentions fade into inaction. But goal setting alone is not enough. Execution is everything. Your goals should scare you a little, but excite you a lot. They should stretch you beyond your comfort zone because growth never happens in comfort. Those who remain stagnant never achieve greatness. And remember, goals without action are just dreams. The difference between those who dream and those who succeed is execution. Consider the great achievers of history. They did not sit around hoping for success. They meticulously planned, acted with purpose, and adjusted when necessary. Thomas Edison tested thousands of ideas before perfecting the light bulb. Henry Ford revolutionized the automobile industry through relentless refinement of his process. These pioneers did not stumble upon success. They built it with clear vision and unwavering persistence. The key is consistency. Small, daily steps compound into extraordinary results. You don't climb a mountain in one leap. You do it step by step. Every action you take should move you closer to your ultimate goal. Even when progress seems slow, discipline and persistence will carry you forward. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It is earned by those who define their vision, create a strategy, and execute relentlessly. Define your goals today, take action, and commit to the journey. Success is not something you wait for, it is something you create. Start now and build your future with intention. 3, turning setbacks into comebacks. Life will test you, that's a given. But here's the truth, your success is not determined by how many times you fall. It's determined by how many times you get back up. Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's the ability to keep moving forward despite failures, despite disappointments, despite setbacks. The road to success is paved with obstacles, but those obstacles aren't there to stop you. They're there to make you stronger. The key is to reframe failure. It's not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. Every setback carries a lesson. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every time you get knocked down, you have a choice. Stay down or rise up stronger. History is filled with examples of people who turned adversity into achievement. Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections and faced personal tragedies before becoming one of the greatest U.S. presidents. So how do you build resilience? You train your mind to see struggles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. When life gets tough, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? The sooner you embrace the lesson, the faster you'll move forward. One of the most powerful ways to develop resilience is through mental toughness. Resilient people don't dwell on failures. They analyze, adapt, and take action. They control their response instead of letting external events control them. This mindset shift is what allows them to keep going when others quit. It's also about embracing discomfort. Growth never happens in comfort. The moment you challenge yourself, push past your limits, and step into the unknown, you build an unshakable foundation. The greatest achievements come from those willing to endure the struggle. Your ability to bounce back is your superpower. Develop it and you'll become unstoppable. Resilient people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never stop trying. They understand that failure is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. So when life knocks you down, remember this. Success isn't about avoiding hardships. It's about overcoming them. Stand up, dust yourself off, keep moving forward, because every step you take after failure is a step toward success. Resilience isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. Master it and nothing can break you. 4. The unshakable power of self-belief. Before the world believes in you, you must believe in yourself. Self-belief is the foundation of all great achievements. It's the silent force that drives people to defy the odds, to rise above circumstances, and to claim the life they deserve. The greatest limitations in life are not external, they are internal. The doubts, the fears, the negative self-talk. These are the real enemies of success. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But if you do, you become a force to be reckoned with. Think of a time when you doubted yourself, when you hesitated, when you second-guessed your abilities. Now ask yourself, was that doubt based on reality or fear? The truth is, most self-doubt is a lie. It's a conditioned response from past failures, criticism, or fear of the unknown. But here's the good news. Belief is a choice. You build self-belief the same way you build muscle, through repetition. Every time you take action despite fear, every time you prove to yourself that you can handle challenges, you strengthen that belief. Start with small wins. Set a goal, achieve it, and remind yourself of your capability. History is filled with individuals who achieved greatness simply because they believed in themselves when no one else did. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity before creating an empire. Henry Ford was ridiculed for his vision of affordable automobiles, yet he transformed the industry. The Wright brothers were mocked for attempting human flight, but their unwavering belief made history. Confidence isn't given, it's built. And the moment you start believing in yourself fully, the world will mirror that belief. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and success will be drawn to you like a magnet. People gravitate toward those who are certain, who move with purpose, and who trust in their own abilities. But here's the catch. Self-belief isn't about arrogance or blind optimism. It's about recognizing your worth, developing your skills, and taking decisive action. It's about silencing the inner critic and replacing doubt with determination. Even if you fail, belief allows you to rise again, stronger and wiser. The difference between those who achieve and those who settle is not talent or luck. It's the courage to believe in oneself despite the odds. Every great success story begins with someone who decided they were capable before they had proof. So, choose to believe in yourself today. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, because the sooner you do, the sooner success will follow. It starts with a decision, a mindset, a belief that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. Success is not for those who wait to be validated by the world. It is for those who validate themselves first. Stand tall, trust in your potential, and move forward with unwavering faith, because the moment you truly believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. 5. The key that unlocks every door. If success had a secret weapon, it would be discipline. Not talent, not luck, not even intelligence, just discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Most people wait for motivation. They think, I'll start when I feel ready. But readiness is a myth. If you only act when you're motivated, you'll never be consistent, because motivation fades. Some days you'll wake up inspired and some days you won't. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. It's what makes the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Look at the most successful people in any field. Athletes train when they don't feel like it. Entrepreneurs work when no one's watching. Writers write when inspiration is nowhere to be found. They understand this fundamental truth. Success is built on daily habits, not occasional bursts of effort. The secret to their achievements isn't that they always feel like working, it's that they work anyway. They don't wait for the right mood or the perfect conditions. They show up day after day and do what needs to be done. Discipline is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And just like a muscle, it requires consistent effort to grow. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Start small. Wake up on time. Follow through on commitments. Stick to your schedule. Each small act of discipline compounds over time, creating unstoppable momentum. Over weeks, months, and years, these seemingly insignificant actions accumulate into life-changing results. Think of discipline as the foundation upon which all success is built. Without it, even the best plans crumble. A brilliant strategy is useless if you lack the discipline to execute it. $1 million idea is worthless if you don't have the discipline to bring it to life. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And the only way to guarantee that you'll work hard consistently is by developing discipline. Ask yourself, are your daily habits aligned with your goals? If not, it's time to change them. Success isn't about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do every single day. The choices you make today shape the life you'll have tomorrow. If you discipline yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it, you'll be unstoppable. The road to success is often long and demanding. There will be days when you want to quit. There will be moments when progress feels slow, but discipline keeps you going. Discipline keeps you on track when motivation disappears. It ensures that you keep moving forward even when the journey is tough. So, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Train your discipline like a muscle and watch as your consistency turns your dreams into reality. Because in the end, success belongs to those who show up, do the work, and never stop pushing forward. Sixth, the art of continuous learning and adaptability. The world is changing at a rapid pace. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. The most successful people are not the ones who resist change. They are the ones who embrace it. They are the lifelong learners, the ones who are constantly evolving. In a world where everything is shifting, adaptability is the ultimate advantage. Knowledge is power, but only if you apply it. Reading a book won't change your life. Applying what you learn will. Attending a seminar won't transform you. Taking action on those lessons will. Growth is not passive, it's active. It requires effort, intention, and the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Learning is not about collecting facts. It's about using them to improve, to innovate, and to stay ahead. But here's the real secret. Learning isn't just about consuming information. It's about adapting. It's about staying open to new ideas, new perspectives, and new ways of thinking. The moment you think you know everything, you stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start declining. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should you. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and innovators are those who remain students of life. They understand that wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about being willing to seek new ones. Think of it like this. Your mind is like a blade. If you don't sharpen it regularly, it becomes dull. A dull blade is ineffective, incapable of cutting through new challenges. Successful people understand that personal development is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong commitment. It's the daily sharpening of the mind, the constant refining of skills, and the consistent effort to stay relevant in an ever-changing world. What are you learning today that will make you better tomorrow? Are you reading something that challenges your perspective? Are you engaging with people who expand your thinking? Are you applying what you learn, or are you simply consuming knowledge without action? The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to one thing: execution. Commit to feeding your mind daily. Read, listen, observe, and most importantly, apply. Because knowledge without action is just potential. Knowledge with action, that's power. It's the force that drives progress, fuels innovation, and creates lasting success. The world will continue to change with or without you. The question is, will you change with it? Will you evolve, adapt, and grow? Or will you stay stagnant, clinging to old ways in a new world? The choice is yours. Embrace learning, take action, and stay ahead. Because in a world that never stops moving, the only way to survive and thrive is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing forward. 7. Your circle defines you. Look around at the people in your life. They are either lifting you up or pulling you down. Success is not just about what you do, it's also about who you surround yourself with. Your environment shapes your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. It's been said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by winners, ambition becomes normal. If you're surrounded by complainers, mediocrity becomes comfortable. Energy is contagious, both positive and negative. Spend enough time with those who settle for less, and soon you'll find yourself doing the same. But spend time with those who demand more of themselves, and you'll naturally rise to that standard. Successful people protect their circle. They surround themselves with those who inspire them, challenge them, and push them to grow. They seek mentors, network with achievers, and cut ties with negativity. This isn't selfish, it's strategic. Every conversation you have, every interaction you engage in either pushes you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. The best in any field understand that their time and energy are their most valuable assets. They invest both wisely. Ask yourself, who are you spending your time with? Are they helping you become better or holding you back? Do they encourage you to aim higher, or do they reinforce your doubts and excuses? Your circle should consist of people who challenge your thinking, introduce you to new opportunities, and inspire you to be the best version of yourself. This doesn't mean you should cut people out of your life for the sake of it, but it does mean you should be intentional about who gets access to your time and energy. Sometimes, distancing yourself from certain relationships is necessary for your personal growth. You don't owe anyone your stagnation. You owe yourself progress. Seek out those who embody the qualities you admire. Learn from those who have achieved what you aspire to. Surround yourself with people who push you beyond your comfort zone, because that's where real growth happens. Find mentors who have walked the path before you and can guide you in the right direction. Build relationships with those who celebrate your success and push you through your failures. Your circle matters. It determines the conversations you have, the standards you hold, and the limits you set for yourself. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating the people around you. Choose wisely, because the people around you don't just influence your mindset, they shape your future. 8, shifting from scarcity to abundance. Success is not just about skill, it's about mindset. How you see the world determines what you attract into your life. The way you perceive opportunities, challenges, and setbacks dictates whether you rise above circumstances or remain stuck in them. Your mindset is the lens through which you interpret reality, and it shapes your actions, decisions, and ultimately your outcomes. A scarcity mindset says, there's not enough to go around. If someone else wins, I lose. This way of thinking fosters fear, competition, and jealousy. People with a scarcity mindset operate from a place of lack, constantly worrying that success is a limited resource. They hesitate to take risks, fearing failure more than they desire success. They resist collaboration, believing that helping others achieve will take away from their own potential gains. This mindset creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because they expect limitations, they encounter more of them. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, says, opportunities are everywhere. If someone else succeeds, it proves that I can too. People with an abundance mindset see possibilities instead of limitations. They believe that success is not a finite resource, but an ever-expanding field. Instead of seeing others as competitors, they see them as sources of inspiration and potential partners. They focus on growth, learning, and innovation, which leads them to seize opportunities that others might overlook. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't opportunity, it's perspective. The most successful people look at obstacles and see possibilities. They see setbacks as lessons, using failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? This shift in thinking turns failures into fuel for growth, making resilience their greatest asset. You become what you focus on. If you focus on problems, you'll attract more problems. If you focus on solutions, you'll find more solutions. Your brain is wired to reinforce your dominant thoughts, filtering information based on what you believe to be true. If you constantly tell yourself that you are limited, incapable, or unlucky, your actions will reflect those beliefs. But if you choose to believe in abundance, success, and possibility, your actions will align accordingly, opening doors you never even noticed before. Shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset requires intentional effort. Start by reframing negative thoughts. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, ask, instead of thinking, I'll never succeed like them. Remind yourself, if they can do it, so can I. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Consume content that expands your perspective and practice gratitude daily. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, reinforcing a mindset of abundance. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you want to attract success, start by thinking like someone who is already successful. See challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and the success of others as proof that you too can achieve greatness. Change your mindset and you will change your life. 9, the role of passion and purpose in achieving success. Passion fuels success, but purpose gives it direction. The most successful people are not just working for money or recognition. They are driven by something bigger. They have a vision that goes beyond personal gain, a mission that fuels their determination, and a reason that keeps them moving forward even when challenges arise. Passion is the fire that keeps you going when things get tough. It is the emotional energy that pushes you to wake up early, stay up late, and pour your heart into your work. Passion gives you excitement, drive, and enthusiasm. It makes the journey fulfilling, but without direction, it can lead to burnout, frustration, or wasted effort. That's where purpose comes in. Purpose is the compass that ensures you're moving in the right direction. It is the deeper meaning behind what you do. When you have purpose, your work is not just about making a living, it's about making an impact. It gives you clarity, resilience, and a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond temporary motivation. Purpose ensures that your passion is channeled towards something meaningful and sustainable. When you align passion with purpose, you create unstoppable momentum. You no longer rely solely on motivation, which comes and goes. Instead, you operate from a place of deep conviction. The combination of passion and purpose turns hard work into something enjoyable, struggles into stepping stones, and setbacks into lessons. You become relentless because you are not just chasing success, you are pursuing something that truly matters to you. But here's the truth. Passion alone is not enough. Many people are passionate, yet they never achieve success because they lack direction, discipline, or strategy. You must pair passion with action, strategy, and persistence. Passion without action is just a dream. Purpose without execution is just an idea. Success comes when you are willing to do the work, even when the excitement fades. You must be willing to push through the mundane, the difficult, and the discouraging moments. Success is not built on bursts of enthusiasm, but on consistent effort over time. That means setting clear goals, developing skills, and taking calculated risks. It means learning from failures, adapting to challenges, and staying committed even when progress seems slow. Find what excites you. Find what gives your life meaning. Passion is the spark, but purpose is the foundation that keeps the fire burning. Discover what you are naturally drawn to and what problems you feel compelled to solve. Then commit to mastering it. Develop your skills, build discipline, and take action every single day, because when you work with passion and purpose, success is no longer a question of if, it's a question of when. The people who change the world are not just those who dream big, but those who take action, persist through setbacks, and stay true to their purpose. Align your passion with a clear purpose, put in the work, and success will follow as an inevitable result. 10. The bridge between dreams and reality. You can have the best mindset, the biggest goals, and the strongest network, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Success is not about thinking, it's about doing. It's about taking massive, relentless action every single day. Too many people wait. They wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstances. But there is no perfect moment. The right time is now. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is simple. The achievers take action even when they don't feel ready. They start before they have all the answers. They make mistakes, learn, and keep moving forward. If you want success, stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Start doing. Because in the end, success belongs to those who take action, not those who just think about it. Everything you want in life is already within your reach. But the question is, are you willing to become the person who attracts it? Success is not about luck. It's not about being born into the right circumstances. It's about mindset, discipline, resilience, and action. It's about making the choice every single day to improve, to grow, and to take control of your future. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't get yourself to do it. Hours pass, days slip away, and that task stays untouched. But what if I told you the problem isn't your motivation, it's your mindset? In a few minutes, I'll show you a simple shift that forces you into action even when you don't feel like it. Because if you don't change this now, you'll keep watching your potential slip through your fingers. 1. The power of taking action. There exists a fundamental misunderstanding about success. A belief that one must first be inspired to act. This is a fatal misconception. Success is not reserved for those who wait for motivation. Rather, it belongs to those who cultivate the discipline to act, regardless of their emotional state. The truth is simple. Motivation follows movement. It is not the cause of action, but the effect. Many believe they must feel ready before they embark on their journey toward success. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or a surge of inspiration that may never arrive. This hesitation is the primary reason so many fail to achieve their goals. The successful, however, operate differently. They understand that action precedes clarity. By taking the first step, they uncover the path forward. Each action reveals new opportunities and insights that were previously hidden in the fog of inaction. A young man once sought financial success, but found himself trapped by hesitation. He studied, prepared, and strategized, yet his plans remained unexecuted. He waited for inspiration to strike, believing that only then would he possess the confidence to proceed. But the truth is, confidence is built through action. It is not a prerequisite, but a result. One cannot think their way into success. They must act their way into it. History is replete with examples of men who acted boldly despite uncertainty. Thomas Edison did not wait for inspiration to perfect the electric light bulb. He experimented relentlessly, allowing each failure to bring him closer to success. Henry Ford did not hesitate until the automobile industry proved profitable. He acted with conviction and reshaped the world. The defining trait of these men was not their ability to summon motivation, but their willingness to act in its absence. When a man acts, he engages with reality in a way that thought alone never allows. He sees what works, what does not, and what must be adjusted. Each step taken eliminates doubt and replaces it with knowledge. In contrast, the man who waits for motivation remains stagnant, ensnared in the web of overthinking and self-doubt. The biggest challenge is always the first step, the initial resistance. Whether in business, personal development, or any endeavor, feels insurmountable. But the moment one pushes past it, the force of momentum takes over. The mind rewards movement with clarity and conviction. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. A salesman who hesitates before making his first call finds himself paralyzed by fear. But if he forces himself to dial the number, something remarkable happens. The fear diminishes, his confidence grows, and with each subsequent call, the process becomes easier. He did not wait for motivation, he acted, and motivation followed. The principle applies universally. The entrepreneur who launches his venture without complete certainty, the writer who begins before inspiration strikes, the speaker who takes the stage despite nerves, all succeed not because they felt ready, but because they refused to let inaction dictate their fate. The path to success is not illuminated by motivation, it is carved by disciplined action. The man who masters this truth understands that waiting is the enemy of progress. He acts whether he feels like it or not, knowing that motivation will always catch up to those already moving. 2, overcoming fear and doubt. Fear is the enemy of progress. It stands like a shadow at the threshold of every great endeavor, whispering doubts into our ears. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? It murmurs, planting seeds of hesitation in our minds. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Most of what we fear never actually happens. And even if it does, so what? Failure is not the end. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than they can count. The difference between them and those who remain paralyzed by fear? They kept moving forward. They refused to let fear dictate their actions. They understood that progress is born from action, not from endless contemplation. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most crucial. Taking that step, even while afraid, is what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Fear shrinks when you move toward it. It thrives in the unknown, growing in power the longer you hesitate. But the moment you take action, its grip weakens. This is because courage isn't the absence of fear. It is taking action despite fear. Think about the worst case scenario. Can you handle it? The answer is almost always yes. Human beings are far more resilient than they give themselves credit for. Most failures are recoverable, most mistakes can be corrected, and in the rare case that things go truly wrong, the experience still provides valuable lessons that pave the way for future success. Fear feeds on hesitation. The longer you wait, the stronger it becomes. That's why procrastination is fear's greatest ally. The mind magnifies the imagined consequences of failure, making them seem insurmountable. But the only way to beat fear is to act immediately. Action is the antidote to fear. Even small, consistent actions begin to dissolve it. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at the illusion of fear's power. Think of fear as a wall that seems unscalable at first glance. From a distance, it appears intimidating, impenetrable. But as you approach it, you begin to see the cracks. And when you take action, when you start climbing, it turns out the wall was never as high as it seemed. Fear is like that. It deceives you into believing that progress is impossible, when in reality, the only thing standing in your way is inaction. Edwin C. Barnes, a man who had a burning desire to work with Thomas Edison. Barnes had no money, no connections, and no clear path to success, only a vision and an unwavering determination. He could have let fear stop him, but instead he took action. He boarded a freight train, arrived at Edison's office, and boldly declared his intent to become his business partner. Though he was initially given a low-level job, he never let go of his dream. Years later, when the opportunity arose, Barnes seized it and became a key figure in Edison's business. His story is a testament to the fact that fear loses its power when faced with decisive action. So, how do you overcome fear? The answer is simple. Face it head on. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no such thing. The only way to diminish fear is to act. Break your goal into smaller steps and tackle them one by one. With each action you take, fear loses its hold on you. The more you confront it, the weaker it becomes. Before you know it, what once seemed terrifying becomes just another challenge to overcome. The truth is, fear only has power if you let it stop you. The greatest enemy of progress is not failure, but the refusal to try. The choice is yours. Will you let fear dictate your future, or will you take control and move forward despite it? The answer to that question will determine the trajectory of your life. Choose wisely. Choose action. Choose progress. 3, destroying procrastination. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How often has tomorrow turned into next week, next month, next year? Before you even realize it, time has slipped away, leaving you with nothing but unfulfilled plans and lost potential. The truth is, the perfect moment you're waiting for does not exist. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can take control of your life. Procrastination is a silent thief. It disguises itself as preparation, perfectionism, or the need for ideal conditions. You tell yourself you need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Every delay strengthens the habit of inaction. The only way to break free is to take action. Now, even if it's messy, even if it's small. One imperfect action is worth more than 100 perfect intentions. Start by implementing the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on something for just 5 minutes. That's all. No pressure, no overthinking. Once you begin, you'll likely keep going. Momentum is powerful. It transforms hesitation into progress. The hardest part of any task is the beginning, but once you push past the initial resistance, everything becomes easier. Discipline is key. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment. If you don't control your environment, it will control you. Set clear deadlines. Break big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Prioritize consistency over perfection. Small daily efforts compound over time and create massive results. Success is not about doing something once in a while. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Accountability is your ally. Tell someone about your goals. Track your progress. Write things down. When you make a commitment to yourself and others, you create a sense of responsibility that makes it harder to give up. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's the ability to take action without waiting for the right mood or the perfect conditions. Time is your most valuable resource. Every moment you waste waiting for the right time is a moment you'll never get back. Your future is being shaped right now by what you choose to do or not do. Will you continue to wait, or will you take control and start today? The choice is yours, but remember this, tomorrow is not promised. The only time you truly have is now. So stop waiting. Stop planning endlessly. Take the first step, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect, because action beats inaction every single time. 4, building self-discipline. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to suffer. It's about training yourself to win. It's a mindset, a commitment to excellence, and an unwavering belief in your ability to persevere. Every time you show up for yourself, you prove that you can trust yourself. That trust builds confidence, and confidence fuels success. The key to discipline isn't about making yourself miserable. It's about reinforcing habits that lead to victory. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it gets. The first time you step into discomfort, it feels unbearable. Your mind screams at you to stop, to seek comfort, to return to safety. But if you resist that urge, if you push through even when it's hard, you begin to reshape your mental landscape. You rewire your brain to embrace challenge rather than flee from it. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. You develop resilience, a mental toughness that turns obstacles into stepping stones. Discipline isn't about doing what you feel like doing. It's about doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. If you rely on motivation, you'll find yourself at the mercy of your emotions. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. But discipline is different. It doesn't depend on your mood or your level of enthusiasm. It is a conscious decision to take action, whether you feel like it or not. You don't negotiate with your emotions. You don't wait until you feel ready. You don't look for excuses. You simply take action. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you get up. When it's time to work, you work. When challenges arise, you face them head on. This ability to act in spite of emotions is what separates the successful from the stagnant. Success isn't built on motivation. It's built on consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month. But what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when the honeymoon phase is over? That's when discipline takes over. It's not about the grand gestures or the fleeting bursts of inspiration. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the foundation of all greatness. The people who achieve their dreams aren't necessarily the most talented or the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going even when progress is slow, even when they're tired, even when no one is watching. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Like any muscle, it requires training, repetition, and effort. If you want to become disciplined, you have to practice discipline. Start small. Wake up when you say you will. Stick to your commitments. Do the work even when you don't feel like it. These small acts of self-discipline compound over time. They create a sense of personal integrity, a knowing that you can count on yourself. And once you develop that level of trust in yourself, your potential becomes limitless. The greatest rewards in life come to those who do what needs to be done long after the initial excitement has worn off. Anyone can start something, but very few finish. The world is full of people who began with enthusiasm, only to abandon their goals when the journey became difficult. But true discipline is about endurance. It's about staying the course even when you no longer feel like it, even when the path is uncertain, even when progress is invisible. That's when breakthroughs happen. That's when you separate yourself from the rest. Self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It is the silent force that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. Without it, dreams remain dreams. With it, anything is possible. Discipline is not a punishment, it's a gift. It's the ultimate form of self-respect, the highest act of self-love. It is the key to unlocking your fullest potential. Train yourself to win, and there will be no limits to what you can achieve. 5. Using pain as fuel. Pain is a powerful teacher. It can either break you or build you, and the choice is yours alone to make. When faced with adversity, you have two options. Succumb to the weight of your suffering or rise above it stronger than before. Pain is inevitable, but growth is optional. The way you respond to life's challenges determines your trajectory. You can let setbacks turn you bitter, or you can use them to make you better. Every successful person has encountered rejection, loss, and failure. No one reaches the pinnacle of success without scars from their battles. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. They do not allow pain to stop them. Instead, they use it as fuel to propel themselves forward. Pain becomes their fire, forging them into something greater. It sharpens the mind, strengthens the spirit, and hardens the resolve. When others crumble, they rise. The next time life knocks you down, do not stay down. Get up. Rise with renewed determination. Let pain push you to be stronger, sharper, and more relentless than ever. Growth is never comfortable, and that is precisely why pain is essential. It forces you to evolve. It stretches you beyond your limits and shatters the illusion of complacency. The best lessons in life emerge from struggle, not from ease. Pain carves wisdom into your soul, molding you into the person you were meant to become. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. When you are in pain, you are in transition. It is in these moments that you must make a decision. Will you allow this pain to consume you, or will you harness it? Most people run from pain, but the wise understand that pain is an ally. It is the force that pushes you forward when nothing else will. When you learn to embrace the hard times, you gain an edge over those who shrink from difficulty. You become unshakable. Reframing pain as part of the process changes everything. You no longer fear it. You stop seeing it as an enemy and start recognizing it as a guide. Pain is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of something greater. When you use pain as motivation, you push beyond what you once thought possible. You tap into a reservoir of strength you never knew you had. You become unstoppable. Think of the most resilient people in history. They all have one thing in common. They turned their pain into power. They faced rejection and used it to refine their skills. They suffered loss and used it to deepen their purpose. They endured failure and used it as a stepping stone to success. Pain became their teacher, shaping them into legends. You too have that power within you. You are capable of more than you realize, but only if you are willing to embrace the struggle. Do not shy away from the fire, step into it. Let it forge you into something greater. Every time you feel pain, remind yourself, this is where transformation happens. This is where I grow. This is where I become the person I was meant to be. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path. You will experience moments where the pain feels unbearable. But in those moments, remember, pain is not here to destroy you. It is here to build you. It is here to shape you into someone unbreakable. So when the storm comes, and it will, stand tall. Face the pain. Do not cower. Do not retreat. Embrace it. Use it. Turn it into the fuel that drives you forward. Because in the end, pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. 6, setting clear goals. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Life without goals is like sailing without a compass. You drift aimlessly, never truly arriving at a destination. Goals give you direction, purpose, and something to strive for. They provide clarity in a world filled with distractions, ensuring that every step you take moves you closer to the life you envision. But setting goals isn't enough. You must define them with precision. Vague aspirations like, I want to be successful or I want to be happy, lack the structure necessary for achievement. Instead, set clear, specific, and measurable goals. Ask yourself, what exactly do I want to achieve? By when? How will I measure my progress? The more specific you are, the easier it becomes to create a path forward. Once your goals are defined, break them down into actionable steps. A grand vision can feel overwhelming, but when you deconstruct it into smaller, manageable tasks, it becomes achievable. Each step forward builds momentum, turning what once seemed impossible into an inevitable reality. However, the most critical factor in achieving your goals is action. Without action, goals remain mere wishes, dreams that fade with time. Take action every single day, no matter how small. Consistency compounds over time, leading to massive results. The most successful individuals aren't necessarily the most talented or intelligent. They are the ones who refuse to quit. A goal without a plan is just a wish. To turn aspirations into accomplishments, you must create a roadmap. Write your goals down. This simple act reinforces commitment and enhances clarity. Studies have shown that individuals who write down their goals are significantly more likely to achieve them. Once written, break them into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. This structured approach ensures steady progress and prevents procrastination. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Many people hesitate to take action because they fear failure. But success is not about being flawless, it's about persistence. Focus on progress, not perfection. Learn from setbacks, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Growth comes from action, not hesitation. Accountability is another key element of goal achievement. Hold yourself responsible for your progress, track your efforts, measure your results, and be honest about what's working and what isn't. Self-discipline and personal responsibility separate those who achieve from those who merely dream. If necessary, find an accountability partner, a mentor, friend, or coach who can help keep you on track. Small wins matter. Celebrate them. Each milestone reached is proof that you are on the right path. Acknowledging progress boosts motivation and reinforces positive habits. Success is built on these incremental victories, not just the final achievement. Goals provide clarity and purpose, but only action turns them into reality. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they don't take consistent action. They hesitate, procrastinate, or give up when faced with challenges. But those who persevere, who execute their plans daily, who refuse to quit, these are the ones who achieve success. So define your goals, make a plan. Take action every single day. Success is not a matter of luck, it is the inevitable outcome of relentless effort. If you refuse to give up, if you commit to progress, if you stay disciplined and focused, success is not a possibility, it is a certainty. 17-7, developing an unbreakable mind. Set your mindset as the bedrock of everything you do. It determines whether you rise to challenges or crumble under pressure. A weak mindset is like a house built on sand, easily shaken, fragile, and quick to collapse. But a strong mindset is unshakable, thriving in adversity, and transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge presents an opportunity, but only if you choose to see it that way. Life will test you. It will throw setbacks, failures, and unexpected hardships in your path. A fragile mindset sees these as reasons to give up, as proof that success is out of reach. A strong mindset, on the other hand, reframes these difficulties as lessons. When failure strikes, it doesn't break you, it educates you. It reveals weaknesses that need to be strengthened and strategies that need to be refined. Those who win in life aren't those who avoid failure. They are the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and come back stronger. Your thoughts are the architects of your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't do this," you create a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. But when you believe in your ability to overcome, you unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience. The mind is a powerful force, shaping your actions and dictating your results. It all begins with what you choose to believe. A growth mindset is the secret weapon of high achievers. It sees potential in every situation. It doesn't view abilities as fixed, but as things that can be developed with effort and learning. Those who adopt this mindset are always improving, always evolving, and never satisfied with stagnation. They welcome challenges because they know that struggle leads to strength. Every difficulty they face becomes a tool for personal transformation. Strengthening your mindset requires feeding it the right thoughts. Just as a strong body needs the right nutrition, a strong mind needs the right influences. Surround yourself with positivity. People who uplift you, books that inspire you, and messages that fuel your ambition. Cut out negativity relentlessly. The company you keep, the content you consume, and the words you tell yourself all shape your mental state. If you allow toxic influences into your life, they will poison your mindset and drain your potential. Success isn't just about skill or talent. Many people with great abilities fail because they lack the mindset to persevere. True success belongs to those who refuse to quit. The person who keeps going despite obstacles, who gets back up after every fall, who keeps pushing forward no matter what, that is the person who eventually wins. It's not about being the smartest or the most gifted. It's about being the one who refuses to give up. When you cultivate a mindset that never surrenders, nothing can stand in your way. Challenges will arise, but they will not defeat you. Failures will happen, but they will not define you. Doubts will creep in, but they will not control you, because you have built a foundation of mental strength. And with that, you can conquer anything. Mindset is everything. Train it, protect it, strengthen it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. 8, surrounding yourself with winners. You become like the people you spend the most time with. This simple truth: dictates the trajectory of your personal growth, success, and overall well-being. The company you keep has a profound influence on your mindset, habits, and choices. Surround yourself with those who push you to be better, and you will inevitably rise to new heights. Humans are social creatures, deeply influenced by the energy, attitudes, and behaviors of those around them. If you immerse yourself in a circle of individuals who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable, you will find yourself adopting similar traits. These people will push you beyond your comfort zone, forcing you to confront your limitations and surpass them. They will expect more from you than you expect from yourself, and in turn, you will begin to rise to the challenge. Excellence becomes your standard, not an option. On the other hand, negativity, drama, and excuses are equally contagious. If you surround yourself with those who constantly complain, blame circumstances, or refuse to take responsibility for their actions, you will slowly absorb their mentality. Excuses become normal, mediocrity becomes acceptable. Without realizing it, you begin justifying inaction instead of pursuing growth. The weight of such negativity anchors you down, preventing you from reaching your full potential. Your environment is a reflection of your future. The people you interact with daily either fuel your progress or stifle your ambitions. If you spend time with those who take action, solve problems, and persist despite obstacles, you will start to embody those very characteristics. Their energy, discipline, and mindset will shape your own. When you observe their unwavering commitment to success, it reinforces your own belief that you too can achieve great things. Energy is contagious. Every conversation, every shared experience, and every interaction imprints itself on your subconscious. Choose wisely. If you want to elevate your life, you must first elevate your circle. This requires a conscious effort to seek out those who embody the values and aspirations you hold dear. It means cutting ties with relationships that drain you, limit you, or keep you trapped in old patterns of thinking. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate your growth is by seeking mentors. Mentors are individuals who have already walked the path you aspire to follow. They possess the wisdom, experience, and knowledge that can save you years of trial and error. Their insights challenge your perspectives, force you to think bigger, and provide you with the tools necessary to navigate your journey. A great mentor will not only teach you strategies for success, but will also hold you accountable for executing them. Beyond mentorship, actively build relationships with people who challenge you to work harder and grow stronger. These individuals will push you when you feel like giving up, remind you of your goals when you lose sight, and celebrate your victories when you achieve them. Their presence in your life is a catalyst for transformation. They will call you out when you make excuses, push you when you hesitate, and uplift you when you struggle. Your success is directly influenced by the company you keep. If your inner circle is composed of driven, disciplined, and forward-thinking individuals, you will naturally rise to their level. Conversely, if you are surrounded by negativity, complacency, and mediocrity, your growth will be stunted. Audit your relationships. Identify who adds value to your life and who detracts from it. Be ruthless in eliminating toxic influences and be intentional in cultivating meaningful connection. Ultimately, life is too short to be held back by those who refuse to grow. Your potential is limitless, but it is up to you to position yourself in an environment that nurtures that potential. Choose your circle wisely, for it is the foundation upon which your future is built. Elevate your relationships and you will elevate your life. 9, mastering time management. Time is your most valuable resource. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back. Yet many people squander this finite asset on distractions and meaningless tasks, unaware of the irreversible loss. If you want to succeed, you must take full control of how you spend your time. Most people claim they do not have enough time, but the truth is they fail to manage it effectively. Time is the great equalizer. Every person on this planet gets the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between success and failure lies in how those hours are used. The world's most successful individuals do not possess more time than you do. They simply use it more efficiently. The first step to mastering your time is awareness. Track your daily activities and take note of where your time goes. You may be surprised by how much of your day is lost to trivial tasks, unnecessary meetings, and mindless distraction. Identifying these time thieves is crucial if you want to reclaim your schedule. Once you understand where your time is going, eliminate anything that does not serve your goals. Learn to say no to commitments that drain your energy and do not contribute to your progress. People often overload their schedules with activities that serve others' agendas rather than their own. Stop reacting to your day. Start planning it in advance. A well-structured schedule is a powerful tool. Instead of waking up and hoping to be productive, start each morning with a clear plan of action. Define your priorities the night before so you wake up knowing exactly what needs to be done. Break big goals into smaller, manageable daily tasks. This ensures consistent progress and prevents overwhelm. Success is not about perfection. It is about persistence and discipline. Excuses are the enemy of productivity. There will always be reasons to procrastinate, but none of them will bring you closer to your goals. If something is important, make time for it. If it is not, eliminate it. Every minute wasted is a minute stolen from your future. The most successful individuals do not wait for the perfect moment. They create it by using their time wisely. Technology, while useful, can also be one of the greatest sources of distraction. Social media, notifications, and mindless browsing can consume hours without you realizing it. If you find yourself frequently distracted, set boundaries, limit your screen time, disable unnecessary notifications, and schedule periods of deep, focused work. Protecting your time from distractions is one of the most valuable habits you can develop. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You must commit to your schedule and hold yourself accountable. Set deadlines for tasks and, more importantly, stick to them. Time is not just about productivity, it is about purpose. Every moment spent working towards your goals is a step closer to the life you envision. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Productivity is not about working harder, it is about working smarter. It is about knowing what truly matters and dedicating your time to those things. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, luck, or talent, is how they use their time. Your future depends on what you do with your time today. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting valuable minutes on things that do not matter. Prioritize, plan, and execute with precision. The clock is always ticking. Make every second count. Set deadlines for tasks. And more importantly, stick to them. Time is not just about productivity. It is about purpose. Every moment spent working towards your goals is a step closer to the life you envision. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Productivity is not about working harder, it is about working smarter. It is about knowing what truly matters and dedicating your time to those things. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It is how they use their time. Your future depends on what you do with your time today. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting valuable minutes on things that do not matter. Prioritize, plan, and execute with precision. The clock is always ticking. Make every second count. 10. Embracing failure as feedback. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is an essential component of the journey toward achievement. The most successful individuals in history have failed more times than others have even attempted. Their resilience, persistence, and willingness to learn from failure are what set them apart. Every failure carries a lesson, an opportunity to grow, and a chance to refine one's approach. Too often, people view failure as an endpoint, a definitive verdict on their abilities. In reality, failure is merely feedback, a signal pointing toward necessary adjustments. It is a process of elimination, revealing what does not work so that we can discover what does. The only true failure is giving up, quitting before extracting the lessons hidden within setbacks. One of the main reasons people fear failure is the fear of judgment. Society tends to celebrate success stories while often overlooking the struggles and failures that pave the way to those achievements. This selective narrative creates a distorted perception of success, making failure seem like an anomaly rather than a natural part of the process. The truth is, failure is universal. Every great inventor, entrepreneur, artist, and leader has encountered setbacks. The difference lies in how they respond to failure. They analyze, adapt, and persevere. Instead of viewing failure as a source of embarrassment, we should see it as a badge of effort, proof that we have stepped outside our comfort zones and taken risks. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. The ability to bounce back from failure builds resilience, a trait that is essential for long-term success. When we learn to accept and embrace failure, we become stronger, more adaptable, and more prepared for future challenges. Growth happens in discomfort. Success is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them. The more we fail, the more we grow. This growth mindset transforms failures from roadblocks into stepping stones. Rather than fearing failure, we should train ourselves to see it as an opportunity for self-improvement. Every misstep teaches us something valuable about our skills, our strategies, and even our own mindset. By refining our approach after each failure, we increase our chances of success in the long run. The key is to shift our perspective. When failure is seen as an essential part of progress, it loses its power to discourage us. Instead of being paralyzed by setbacks, we can use them as motivation to push forward. The faster we fail, the faster we learn, and ultimately the faster we succeed. Progress requires persistence, and persistence requires the courage to fail without losing momentum. History is filled with stories of individuals who turned failure into success. Thomas Edison, for example, failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he famously stated that he had not failed. He had simply found thousands of ways that did not work. Similarly, if the most successful people in the world have experienced failure countless times, why should we fear it? The fear of failure holds many back from even trying, but those who embrace failure as a stepping stone to success ultimately achieve greater things. The path to success is not linear. It is filled with ups and downs, setbacks and breakthroughs. What matters most is how we respond to failure. Do we retreat in fear, or do we adjust and move forward? In the end, success is not about never failing. It is about never quitting. Those who achieve great things are not necessarily the most talented or the most fortunate. They are the ones who refuse to be defeated by failure. They see failure as a teacher, a necessary part of the process, so keep pushing forward, refining your approach, and using failure as feedback. Each failure brings you one step closer to success, making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The only real failure is giving up. Everything else is progress. 11, the moment of decision. Right now you have a choice. You can continue waiting, hesitating, and making excuses, or you can decide that today is the day everything changes. The day you stop talking and start doing. No more waiting, no more excuses, just action. Because action is the only thing that will get you to where you want to be. Success doesn't come from wishing, hoping, or dreaming. It comes from doing. Dreams remain dreams unless they are backed by effort and persistence. Many people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, or a sign to begin. But waiting won't bring results. The only way forward is to take that first step, no matter how small. Decide today that you are done waiting, done doubting yourself, done holding back. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment to start. Conditions will never be 100% ideal. But those who succeed are not the ones who wait for perfection. They are the ones who take action despite uncertainty, fear, or discomfort. They push forward even when the odds seem stacked against them. Take control of your life by taking action now. Every successful person at some point made the decision to start. They didn't wait for confidence to appear magically. They built it through action. The only way to build confidence is by proving to yourself that you can do it. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to begin. Action creates momentum, and momentum fuels progress. Start small if you have to, but start. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Procrastination doesn't just delay success, it kills it. Every day spent waiting is a day wasted, a day you could have used to move closer to your goals. Don't let hesitation rob you of your potential. Force yourself to take action. Push past the excuses, the doubts, and the fears. Fear will always be present, but it loses its power when you act despite it. Step into your power. Recognize that you are capable of more than you think. You have the ability to change your life, to rewrite your story, to create the future you desire. But it all begins with action. Make the decision that from this moment forward, you are unstoppable. Commit to showing up for yourself every single day, regardless of how you feel. Motivation may come and go, but discipline and action are what will carry you through. Success is built on consistency, not fleeting bursts of inspiration. Your future depends on what you do right now. The choices you make today will shape the life you live tomorrow. There is no magic formula, no secret shortcut, only action, persistence, and determination. So, stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Start doing. Your time is now.